So you've just moved in to a brand new place and you have a kitchen that you've never had before. It's yours. Question becomes, what is going to be efficient for you and your kitchen? Because let's say you don't have much of a budget to work with when it comes to buying pots and pans. Well, on today's Simple Kitchen Explanation, we're talking about what each pot does, what each pan is useful for, and basically what's going to fit your lifestyle. First on our list is fry pans. Small pans are great for eggs, 2 or 3, fried or scrambled. You can use it for pancakes. It makes a great one single size pancake, or you could do 2 little ones. Then your next thought is to go to a medium sized. And as you can see, I have about 2 medium sized saucepans, fry pans. You can put sauce in this one. And these are great for like pasta sauces, so you can brown your meat or whatever. This one comes with a lid, so you can like do stir fries, or maybe you want to cook pan chicken. Having this lid on here will keep some of that moisture in there so it doesn't dry out. And then next, you have your giant cast iron or giant skillets. And this I actually use for making cinnamon rolls or biscuits in, but you could also make pot pie in this, deep dish pizzas, or large amounts of food if you're gonna have a bunch of people over and you wanna do like a dip. Or I've even seen some people make like casseroles and just bake this in the oven until it's ready. So there's lots of things you can do with multiple size fry pans and skillets. But what about pots and pans? This is a small pot. I mean, most pots and pans will have the size on the bottom if it's newer. Some of them I have are so old because they're hand-me-downs that the number is scrubbed off on. But like a small size like this is perfect for, think, oatmeals, or I've made quinoa in it. Just small amounts of things. Like you can even heat up milk and butter if you're making bread, or milk for hot chocolate if you don't want to use a microwave. Then you move up to medium size. And this is where it becomes nice to have a medium saucepan. And I have about 3 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. So they're great for macaroni and cheese, small batches of pasta. I've made pie filling in these because it breaks down easy enough. Larger batches of like oatmeal, rice. You can do pasta sauces in these if you're gonna make it from scratch. Cans of soup, cans of chili, multiple cans or multiple things that you want to do where you want to meal prep. This can give you that extra space and storage that a single serve small one couldn't. And it's nice to have multiples of these because then you can do rice in one, chili in another, or soup in another one. Basically, you're playing mix and match to get the right combination of food that you need. So I might have rice and chili going in 2 of these, and then my veggies in this one. It all kind of depends on what you're trying to make. This is your large pan pot, stock pot. Some people have a Dutch oven that's wider than this. And usually it's cast iron or even enameled cast iron. And these are awesome for soups. So this is nice for canning because I don't have to worry about it boiling over, and I have enough space that if it expands, because some jellies and jams, as it cooks, it bubbles and expands. It's not gonna go over in a larger stock pot. This is also great for homemade stuff like soups and chilies and just all day simmer stuff. And they're durable. Our next item that it's nice to have in the kitchen is a sheet pan. Now, don't judge my cookie sheets. Sheet pans come in multiple sizes and multiple shapes. You can get ones that are wider than this and bigger than this. You can get ones that are half size, or even the pizza pans. Me, I prefer the ones with sides. And the reason for that is because if I were to roast veggies, usually you coat them in oil. And if it's a wet vegetable, say zucchini that I'm roasting, you're gonna have extra liquid. And this is nice that it doesn't make a mess in your oven. The other thing I like about cookie sheets, besides cookies, I can make bread on this, and I know it's not gonna overexpand sideways. The other thing about cookie sheets is you can use it in accompaniment to other things. So think, if I use a silicone mold, and silicone molds are kind of floppy, I can use this as a base to put this on and know it won't go through my oven grate. Now, baking dishes. I have two of these. I have this larger one and I have an 8x8. But that's really on preference because I can roast vegetables in both of these. I can roast chicken in both of these. I can make bread in both of these. Usually I'll use this if I'm making rolls because it's a nice size. I can fit between 12 and 15 depending on roll size. And I can make cakes with this. I've even, before I had a muffin tin, I've even made cupcakes in this. Granted, your cupcakes are gonna be a little more square than round, but it still works for that type of application. The other awesome thing about this, you can make casseroles. And I'm not just talking the white American casseroles like chicken and rice and tater tot casserole. You can make enchilada casserole. You can make lasagnas in this. Like, you can make multiple styles of meals. You could use this for meal prep stuff. And then you can stick this in the freezer. It's not gonna hurt it till it cools down, and then you can cut it up into pieces that you want to store in other types of storage containers. This is also great for like when your friends come over. You can put a massive amount of dip in here. I've even made nachos in this thing. It's just an all-around good pan for large amounts of food. Now, is this the be-all end-all of kitchen tools? No. There are so many different other pots and pans out there. There are specialty pots and pans, such as like broiler or double broiler pans, which is great for if you're melting things. You have a pot in the bottom, you stick another one on top, and you can melt things that way. There is muffin tins and bread pans and 8x8s and springform pans. What I want to get you to think about is, if you have a kitchen and you need to fill it, think about the types of things that you want to do in your kitchen and start there and build on it. So to me, having one of these is perfect because that's all I need. I don't always use this pan, but I'll use 3 to 4 of these size pans at least twice a week. So it's very dependent on your lifestyle and what you need in the kitchen. If you plan on having people over more often, opt for the bigger pans. If it's just you and you are an introvert and don't really like dealing with people, maybe stick to some of the smaller stuff. But either way, I hope today's simple kitchen explanation gave you a little bit of insight on what you can use pans for. And there's lots of different ways to use a pan that I probably didn't mention here. But then again, this is just supposed to be something simple and educational. I hope you have a wonderful time, and I hope you stop by the kitchen next time.